Hi, my name's Carl Arnold. I'm a family law attorney and mediator with Arnold Law and Mediation. I'm here with Laura Barbeau, licensed marriage and family therapist. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Carl.
We're here to talk about the book Hold Me Tight by Sue Johnson. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the book? Why do you like it?
Well, I guess I have just found that it explains love and the troubles that most people have to some degree or another in relationships in a way that just hasn't ever been done before.
One thing that interested me about the book, because I've had the opportunity to read it, was that it's turning away. Her thought was essentially turning away from the idea that we need to be teaching people to be better negotiators or sort of increasing their utility by paying the lowest cost in their relationship in emotional terms or something. It sort of got away from this dry economic idea of negotiation and narrowed in on this idea of having a need for a substantial connection, and that feeling that connection in and of itself had value to the relationship. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree completely in that. I think when I read the book, certainly, and when most people that I've even explained, in couples that I'm seeing in therapy, even explain the idea of, there's just this kind of big aha moment about how much of our culture has told us that we're supposed to be more independent and we're supposed to not need other people to the extent that we really primally do. And so that kind of erases all of that, or her book erases all of that notion in a sense that makes it more strength to be able to connect and to have that kind of connection that actually gives us security, which actually then helps us to actually reach our potential and take more risks because we know that base, that secure base is there for us.
Yeah, so in a way it's sort of doubling back and thinking about the security of the relationship and getting at that first, and knowing that sort of we're okay in terms of you need me, I need you, I value you, you value me, now where do we go? And we sort of think about it that way, right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, because of how much, our world tells us is that sort of different, we have tended to, in relationships, build up a lot of friction over that, and so cutting through that is something that I think that's the reason why a class setting is a good thing. It's a little bit more distant from, say couples therapy, and that you're in the class with a number of other couples, and you're not talking so much about your personal issues, and yet you're hearing about other people's issues and saying, oh, that's exactly how we sound. And so it's sort of demystifying or desensitizing to some degree, I guess, how escalated you can get in an argument and how fast you can get upset, and gives you a chance to kind of step back and say, now, why am I doing this? Oftentimes it's about feeling threatened or feeling that I'm going to lose this person. But those aren't the emotions that we're talking about. Those are the things that are going on underneath. And so the things we're talking about is what everyone's reacting to.
So you mentioned a class. So you teach a class working with the book Hold Me Tight, right? What is that class like?
The class is around 8 sessions, 2-hour sessions. It includes the couple buying the book and reading the book a chapter at a time. Then we discuss the chapter kind of, so it's a mixture of lectures. There's also a good video accompaniment. So it's about another couple that Sue has worked with in Ottawa. And so there are 3 couples that it follows through the book. And so we don't watch every video, but watch some of those videos, so it kind of breaks it up. And then there's usually some exercises within, small breakout time period where the couple can talk alone, or as a couple about what we've covered.
So is there sort of an ideal couple, or who do you recommend going through this class, or people viewing
And
this?
I would say no, ideal couple, no. I would say it applies to anybody at any stage in their relationship. And I think a lot of things kind of rush to mind, but couple going through a transition, couple who's had some periods of disconnection where they just don't know, they feel like they're roommates living together and don't know if they can get that connection back. A couple who's relatively new but is coming off of maybe bad relationships where they're worried that they are not going to be able to kind of put that baggage behind them and actually create the secure bond that they really desire.
Okay.
So pretty much all over the board, early to people who've been married decades.
Okay. So how would people learn more about this class? Where would they go to learn more or contact you?
Well, you could contact my website, which is laurabarbeau.com, and that's LauraBeau.com. And there's a link to the book there that you could buy either through my website or just through Amazon. I am going to be running classes in Northfield starting this fall, and probably will continue those throughout the year. 8-week sessions. We'll take breaks for holidays and such. Is that enough? And I guess my cell phone number too you could find on my website as well. The Northfield location is the clinic is Minnesota Mental Health Consulting, and that's also a website as well.
Okay, so they'd go to either your website or what is it? MN.
Yeah, mnmentalhealthconsulting.com.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say about the Hold Me Tight class before we wrap up here?
Well, I guess some of the benefits that I would expect couples to be able to get out of this, and probably I think the key thing, just to be brief, is that once that secure bond is sort of established and people have the experience of that, their ability to solve problems together without feeling threatened or unheard is really a key thing in terms of an improvement, and I think that just continues to reap benefits going forward, because there's never a relationship without problems, and being able to get through those without feeling like you're damaging the relationship is encouraging and fulfilling.
Well, thanks a lot, Laura.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
This has been Carl Arnold with Arnold Law and Mediation, and this is Laura Barbeau, licensed marriage and family therapist.